Hello everybody and welcome back to Statistics Fix. My name's Steve. And today I'll be taking a look at this rather delightful purple metallic envelope. And inside the delightful purple envelope is, I hope, an upside down Game Gear. So this was from eBay. It was sold as faulty. I'll pop the listing up on the screen. I've never actually taken one of these apart before. I have owned one many moons ago, but I've never taken it apart. So this is going to be quite interesting to me. Everything I've read online suggests that you just change the capacitors and they start working. But if it is, it'll be good experience for me to test out some of my new SMD soldering techers from my last video. First things first, let's pop some batteries in, see what it's doing. Right, let's give that a go, see what it's doing. Oh, the red line came on for a second there, didn't it? Yeah, it's coming on and going off straight away. I can see the backlight. Oh! It stayed on this time, but the screen is incredibly dim. Maybe just make it out there. Do you know what? I think that probably is capacitors. From what I understand, there's 3 different boards on this. There's the power board here, there's a sound board here, and then there's the main board. And I think the power board's probably got a few capacitors on, what it will have, and the sound board will, and then the main board. So there was no sound coming out either then, was there, when it was on? No, I can't hear any sound. Okay, well, let's take it apart and let's see what's going on. First impressions, it actually looks quite clean. Okay, so let's have a look at the power board first. I presume that's why it's not staying on. Oh, I expected to see a load of corrosion inside this, like around the battery terminals or something, but there's nothing. Certainly nothing visible. Right, so that's the power board out, and to me it looks absolutely fine. If I didn't know any different, if Google hadn't have told me that the capacitors fail on this, I wouldn't have a clue. They're not swollen, there's no leakage. I suppose what I should do, the sensible thing, is to remove one of them and see if we can measure it and see what it's measuring. Okay, let's pop it in here, see what it measures. Capacitor 761.6, and it should be 820. Right, well, that's not a million miles out, is it? Is that enough for it to not work? I don't know. Let's take the other 2 off. Capacitor 19.87. And it's meant to be 22. Again, not a million miles out. Okay, and this one is a 100 UF. And that's measuring 110. Right, well, to me, I don't think any of them are that bad, but I think I'm going to replace them and see if the power comes on and stays on. I ordered up some capacitors from Retro 6. Now this kit it's got 3 electrolytic capacitors, but the rest of them are ceramic SMDs, which I think is slightly different to the normal capacitor kits you get on eBay, because they're usually all electrolytic ones. So I figured I'd give these ones a go and see if it's any better. Right, it's staying on now. So I think that has fixed the problem. I'm going to go ahead and replace them all now, I think. Okay, so that's the soundboard. What I'm slightly confused about is that there's two connectors here. And I only remember disconnecting one. There was one for the power board and one for the soundboard. Hang on. Oh, what? Sorry, I've just spotted this. Some random wires here, which I'm guessing are speaker wires. They're not attached to anything. How has that happened? Somebody has obviously cut them off. Why would you do that? Well, we have to reinstate that, but I'm not going to have a connector that fits. I'm probably just going to have to solder them directly to the contacts. Oh, that's a pain in the backside, isn't it? Anyway, let's replace the capacitors on this board first. Get this under the microscope. Right, there's definite evidence of leakage here. Just hoping that it's not caused any damage, but I'll just try and clean that up. Ah, the unmistakable smell of fish. That looks miles better. Some more leakage going on this one. I'm really pleased with how they went on. So we've got C5 there, we've got the C2, C1, and then C7 there. Now the gaps between the pads is quite large, which is why we've got these long solder sort of blobs on. But, you know, they're definitely in the middle and they're definitely making a connection. So I'm happy with, like I say, I'm happy with how that's gone on. So you can see where the wires have been cut here, and like I say, I'm not entirely sure how that's happened. It must be deliberate, but why? Anyway, I'll worry about that later. Okay, that's all the capacitors off. Let's take a look under the microscope and see what sort of damage we've got. Okay, wow, you can see the mess quite clearly there, can't you? Right, I've just noticed this is the instructions given by Retro 6, and according to this, I need 500 UF capacitors to go here on this side. I only have 3 left. So there's 5 on the audio board, which I've already done, and then 5 on the main board. So that's a total of 10, and they gave me 8. So what am I supposed to do with that? Luckily, I've just found some in a box of random capacitors. These are 100 UF 10 volt. It should do the trick, hopefully. This one's really bad. It absolutely stinks. That one was not easy. Right, wow, I've just come down to do this C44, I think it is. And look at the state of this. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I need to try and clean that up. Okay, it's a capacitor. Hoping that's going to be okay. Giving that one a nice afro. Right, that's not all done. Let's see if we can sort out this speaker. Okay, I've taken the soundboard back out. I'm thinking the easiest way to do it is going to be on the reverse of this. So we've got 2 points on the rear of the board. We've got that one and that one. So I think that's probably going to be the easiest way, just to run some wires from here. In fact, there's a couple of test points below it. I don't know what they are. But yeah, I'll just run the wires from these 2 points here. I think before I solder those on, I'm going to test just to make sure that this is working now. I don't want to have to unsolder everything. Right, moment of truth. Whee! The screen doesn't look great, to be honest, but I'm guessing that's... I'm looking through the viewfinder, and it's definitely working. So let's switch it off. And let's put the speaker cables in and see if we get any sound. Okay, there we go, all back together. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah! Sounds really loud, it's good. Still find it odd that someone cut the wire. I think it's really bizarre. Oh, anyway, I was hoping I was going to be able to score, but I've got no chance in that. I'm really pleased with how this has come out, and I'd forgotten how much fun they are to play. I'm really tempted to get one of the LCD display mods for it, because the screen is still quite dim, even with the backlight on it. It's not, I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. I think you can get the LCD mod, and you know, the screen's a little bit scratched, the lens, I might replace the lens. I don't know, I think I might do that on a future video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But I really like it, really pleased with it. Even though Retro 6 didn't put all the capacitors in that I needed, that kit is a great idea. So it's, you know, I've seen people doing it where they're bending capacitors over, they're using electrolytic ones and they don't really fit. With the surface mount ones, you know, it's a piece of cake. The hardest part is getting the original ones off and cleaning up all the residue and the fishy goodness. So all that remains is for me to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Fishy goodness.